Hey, world. Being able to come back from another video, family, I'm live. I want to talk about some finance information today. Um, I know right now that you hear about the economy, and I know if you've been in the garden with me a long time, I constantly preach about paying yourself first. It's very important to do so. And the reason why I say that is because you want to put yourself in a situation where if you come across any type of emergency, you have the income and capital to accommodate that emergency. That's first, okay? There are three reasons why I say pay yourself first. KY, what it do? No doubt, no doubt. Glad you're in the garden, family. Three reasons, family, why I say you pay yourself first for that emergency fund. Because, I like to always preface things with, oh, you're in Illinois. What the weather like up there, KY? That's right. When you hit me last week, you did tell me you was up there. I think. How long you been up there? My boy KY right there. Been in the garden a long time. Wow. Well, I tell you what, man, it was 104 here today. So we had a lot of heat here, a lot of humidity. So it'll be here when you get back. All right. So family, like I say, pay yourself first. And the reason why I say that is, of course, for that emergency fund that you need, because remember, I like to come with data. And when 70% of people, and remember, check this out. Look at nephew, who me in the house. How do they know specifically the number of people, from a macro standpoint, that can't afford an emergency, a financial emergency of $500 to $1,000? How do they know that? Okay. Now, if they know that, that means they already understand that the majority of Americans, the majority of people that's working are just working to get through the day, working for their pension, working for their Social Security check. And what's so disingenuous about it is they're not being told that most times the pension not going to be there. Social Security may not going to be there. And just look at how our elders are treated now. I mean, we have elders right now that are choosing between food and medications, or food and somewhere to stay. So we get so caught up in the here and now, which I preach that. Live in the here and now, but be conscious. You dig? And so I think that's why I preach all the time about paying yourself first. Establishing that emergency fund, just in case you have an emergency. And then understand that the banking system is going to, rob you blind. Okay, well, I got a question, okay? Do I think Trump is ruining the stock market to buy at a cheap price and sell when it? Keeping it 1,000, Trump is a businessman. And it's not Trump. Let's not get it twisted. This is the longest boom market we've had in years, okay? In decades. So like I say, everything that goes up must come down. And we're in the midst of that happening. And that's how I wanted to come in. You see the title, I talk about the bond market. That's one of the indications of a stock market crash. So KY, you hitting it on the head. Warren Buffett, they just said he has $160 million in cash. Why do you think he had that money in cash? See, because he's paying himself first to prepare for the stock market crash so they can get these stocks at lower prices. Remember, the transfer of wealth never happens because you can get a raise at your job. The transfer of wealth is going to happen when you pay yourself first. Be conscious of this geopolitical situations going on that affects the economy, like the bond market, okay? Like the fact that stock market prices are overvalued. How do I know that? Because you look at the market capitalization to the GDP, okay? And what's GDP? Gross domestic product. So what they're saying is there's an imbalance with how much money the stock market is worth comparable to how much money the country is bringing in for the goods and services. So it's overvalued. And to check into that, family, the metrics are like 99, 95 to 99, right? That's a market that is, you may can still get into it. But when you got a market cap to GDP of 137%, that's an overvalued market. Family, I can't emphasize enough. Would you go buy a car for $85,000 when you know, based on the research, that car gonna be $60,000 in a couple months? So I mean, see, that's the difference. And so that's why I say, prepare yourself for a wealth transfer. The bond market, family, is an indicator because a lot of people don't understand the bond market. What are bonds? All bonds are U.S. Treasury bonds, okay, that the government, which is the U.S. Treasury Department, offers the public, offers the world to buy their loan. And in return, they will give you interest payments. And at the end of the term, not only will you have your principal balance of 10,000, 50,000, whatever it is that you however much you invested in the U.S. Treasury bond, it protects against inflation. You did? Well, you're not losing money, right? But if it's for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, because that's basically how these bonds are scheduled: 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, and 30 year, right? So what we basically want to do now is look at, okay, if I got monies that I want to sit on for a couple years, what is the interest rate? What is the best way I can put that money in? A U.S. Treasury bond, because it's guaranteed. The United States is going to pay that. Okay, they paying that, right? Because when you know, how you know? Because the U.S. Treasury, when they run out of money, who they go to? They go to the Federal Reserve. And what does the Federal Reserve do? They purchase U.S. Treasury to give the United States government money. I hope I'm making sense, family. Ty's World, what it do? Okay, so let's look at this from a individual standpoint. You have $50,000. You're gonna put in a 2 year, 5 year, 10 year. Well, the 2 year is giving you, let's say, an interest of right now. And this is current, family, because I want to prove my point of how these are indicators about how the market is going to crash soon. I'm not Nostradamus, but you're looking at a market cap to GDP that's overvalued, meaning the market is overvalued. You're looking at the bond market, which is inverted, and I'm gonna get into that. Okay, and then you're looking at the fact that, you know, we have a lot of corporate stores, and not corporate stores, but consumer stores like Sears and Target are closing. Okay, and also you have this United States-China trade situation. And I don't know if you know, family, but China has just stopped taking U.S. agricultural imports, meaning the farmers in America that was selling all those soybeans and soy products to China. China said, we don't want it no more. So what's going on now? The farmers are sitting on millions of dollars of soy that they can't sell. What do you think that's going to do to the economy? You feel me? But I digress. Back to the bond market. Family, I'm gonna give you, put it in the comments, family, please. If you have $50,000, would you want to invest it in a 2 year bond or a 5 year bond? Now, let me tell you what the interest rates are. The 2 year bond is giving you 1.65%. The 5 year bond is giving you 1.55%. Where are you putting it? That's what's up, KY. Family, where are you putting it? Are you going to put your money in a 2 year bond or a 5 year bond? The 2 year bond is giving you 1.66%. The 5 year bond is only giving you 1.55%. Where are you putting your money? In a 2 year bond, right? Because the 2 year bond is giving you a higher percentage than the 5 year bond. But guess what? That's an inverted curve. Economically speaking, that's not good for the economy, because people want to make sure that they have money that, if I want to save money for 5 years, why would I put it in a 5 year when you give me less than a 2 year? So now they're going to take that money out and put it somewhere else. I don't know if you guys been checking out what happened with the gold prices, but the gold 2 weeks ago was $1,200 an ounce. 3 days ago was $1,500 an ounce. And then today is $1,400 an ounce. You dig? So all this volatility tells you one thing. Smart people are going to pay themselves first, sit in the cut, and wait till this market crash. Okay? Also, family, if you are contributing to your 401ks or 403bs or 457s, whatever, please contact the fund manager and find out what your money, your contributions are going to. Because if your contributions are going to a variable mutual fund, then right now you ain't making no money. I mean, interest rates are so low, right? So you want to check to find out where your money's going. Because if your money is going to a bond or to a fund that is heavy on Netflix, what they call the FANG stocks, these are the big dogs. I'm talking Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Imagine if when the stock market crashed and a lot of your money that you're investing in the 401ks has those 5 stocks and those stocks crash. You're going to lose a lot of money. So just do your due diligence. Contact your fund managers that according to your 401k. Because remember, there are separate corporations or separate companies that facilitate the whole 401k situation. But you should be getting a statement every month. And if you're not getting a statement every month, check into that. Because you need to know where your money's going. You dig? So I just wanted to come back, family, let you know what the bond market is about. The reason the bond market is important because you want to have other avenues to store your cash, not just in a bank. Remember, the banking system is flawed tremendously. And that's why I tell you to make sure you look into high interest banking. These high interest banking will give you more than 2% or even think comparable to 2%. Inflation is 2%. You dig? So don't have your money in a bank that's giving you pennies on a dollar when you be having your money in a bank that's giving you something that's going to be comparable to inflation. And don't sleep on certificates of deposits in the money market, family. You know what? But see, KY, we have to increase our resources. Go to Yahoo Finance, go to Zacks Investments. There are different platforms, family. Make sure you go to different platforms so that you can see the real curve. One of the major resources I use and I watch every morning when I get up is Bloomberg. I don't have cable, family, but I have what they call Sling TV, and I have access to Bloomberg. And Bloomberg tells you, and it says running ticker. How you guys watch ESPN and y'all know all the stats about the different conferences and who's winning. I'm telling you, Bloomberg gives you all that information about the yield curves, about the bond market, about the different markets, as in the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. Stay on top of that, okay? So, family, like I said, let me see. I just want to come back real quick to give some information. Please pay yourself first. And I tell you right now, it's don't go on this fake news. It's not an accident you're hearing all these diversionary tactics or these diversionary incidents, these shootings or whatnot, that getting your mind off of the true focus of your economics. Because when this market is not an accident that a lot of the major corporations are stacking cash because they're getting ready for the market crash, okay? 2008 is a long time ago. Yes, money market accounts are much better than regular savings account. Thanks, Ty. Much better than regular savings account. And look into certificates of deposits. Family, always try to put your capital in, especially now where you have some liquidity. What I mean by that is, it doesn't necessarily have to be just U.S. Treasury bonds. They also have things called U.S. Treasury notes and books, which are weeks and month loans that the United States give out. So also look into those as well. You just don't want your money sitting somewhere it's just been, taken advantage of. Anything under 2% is not right, okay? Like I said, the price of gold has went up. And I've always been curious about that. Family, what do you think about gold? I'm skeptical because you can't spend it. We've been off the gold standard since 1971, okay? And so, I can see you hedging your money, but why would you invest so much in gold when you have someone telling you how much gold is worth? One week is $1,200 and the next week is $1,500. So those that, buy the $1,500, remember, today is $1,400. So that volatility, family, I think now, like I said, this is for entertainment purposes only. But me personally, I'm really basically just sitting on cash and waiting, because all the indicators are where this. I have to reiterate about good debt. There is a difference between good debt and bad debt. It says my connection is unstable. Come on. I guess they're going to do me like that again, huh? How I look out there right now, family, am I still on? Let me get a comment so I know if I'm still on. Wow. Man. Well, I tell you what, before they shut me down, family, there's a difference between good debt and bad debt, okay? Check this out. Don't go, if you're going to get a loan, right? Do your research. Research some dividend stocks, some grade A dividend stocks that when this market crashed, right, you can jump into those dividend stocks, or you can jump into that index fund or that ETF, which is an exchange traded fund, which is like an index fund. It's a bundle of funds, but you can trade those like stocks. But nevertheless, find a couple of instruments that you're comfortable with. So when the market does crash, if you don't have the capital necessary, or if you don't feel comfortable with the capital you have, there's nothing wrong with going to get that loan. You work hard to build your credit. Why work hard to build your credit to go get a loan to buy a car, or go get a loan to go on a vacation, or get a loan to get something that's going to be gone when after it's gone? Why not go get a loan like the rich people do, get a $10,000 loan or $5,000 or whatever, and purchase your assets? So you build up your credit for a reason. And if you're working and you paying yourself first, imagine a $10,000 loan on your favorite stock, and you go get you $10,000 worth of stock. And then based on your credit, you got a good interest rate. And so now you're paying $150, $200 a month. So, because that's good debt. Because not only are you establishing better credit, paying it every month, you got $10,000 that's going to be flipped over 10, 20, 30 times over. You feel me? So that's good debt. And if you ever read the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he preaches that. See, we thinking that that all loans supposed to be loans that we pay bills on, or no, loans are also considered good debt. I mean, why? I mean, you have a car that's working. Why go buy a new car, $20,000, $30,000 car, when you paying them, because you're gonna pay the note every month, right? Well, why not get that $30,000 instead of buying a new car? Get your assets, build that wealth, and still pay it off. And now you building your credit, and you got that asset. Just saying, okay? Because when this market crashes, that's the real estate as well. So we talking duplexes and townhouses that's gonna be for cheap, man. Come on, okay? Okay, well, quit dragging your feet on that, man. Go get that. Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And don't sleep, family, on The Richest Man in Babylon, okay? And hold up, family, I got another one. And I've showed this book before, but I want to show the book again because I've read this book 3 times, and I want to show it to you. This one right here, family. It's called Motley Fool's Investment Guide, okay? And they don't pay me, but they pay me, if you know what I'm saying. Because knowledge is power, okay? So, LB, teach me what it do. Yes, because see, they don't teach us this in school, family. They don't teach us about good debt because we only hear about the student loan debt. We only hear about credit card debt. We only hear about mortgage debt. We hear about all these debt that's given a negative connotation on someone that's trusting you with their money. If you're gonna trust me with your money, then I'm gonna do what I want to do that's gonna make that money more money. Not be a consumer. You did? So understand, family, get this negative stigma off of you. Don't go to a payday loan place and get your payday loan and go buy something that's going to be gone in 2 days or 3 days. A payday loan, man, $500. That's $500 worth of stock in a company that you've researched and you found out about. You dig? And when you pay it back, guess what? You still have proof that it's been there, or you have proof of a loan. See, bad debt is when you have no proof after it's over. Good debt is that loan when you look and say, man, I still have proof that I got a loan. That's good debt. Okay. Okay. So good debt should be debt that's making money. Remember, family, there are liabilities and assets. Anything that you paying monthly is a liability. You dig? Anything you getting money from is an asset. So that $20,000 loan, if I go buy me a townhouse for $10,000 and fix it up, right, and then have somebody living in it and paying my monthly rent, that's an asset because I'm getting money back. $20,000 car and I'm paying a car note, that's a liability because the money is leaving. Rich dad, poor dad. You did? Okay, no doubt. So, and like LB talking about basic accounting, I tell you what, if you are basically trying to get into this investment game, even if you're not investing, you want to get your own financial situation together. Accounting is important, but I think we make it difficult. You just need to make sure that you have more money coming in than going out. That is accounting. You did? You got more money coming in than going out. And before you do any of that, pay yourself first. Simple as that. Okay? I mean, it doesn't, like I say, in the Bible, it says that you're supposed to get paid every day for your work. How many of you guys get paid every day for your work? And so if you're not getting paid every day, and quiet as kept being a teacher, I don't get paid every day. It's only time I get paid is when I go to school and I know I'm representing my students. That's everyday payment. But when it comes to paper, that's every 2 weeks or every month. So why wouldn't that be the first thing I do is pay myself first? Okay. So, all right, family, it's 22 minutes, 58 seconds. Hope everybody enjoyed this live, family. I'm about to get out of here. Like I say, pay yourself first. Look into the bond market, family. Like I said, it is an inverted curve. And just to reiterate, family, what an inverted curve is when you have a 2-year, 5-year, 10-year, 30-year bonds that the United States government actually issues out as loans. And the reason why a lot of people and a lot of countries buy U.S. government loans because the United States pay their debts. And that may sound like an oxymoron since we have a $21 trillion debt, right? But when it comes to the U.S. Treasury notes and the U.S. Treasury bonds, man, they are pretty much stable. That makes me question this $21 trillion debt. You did? Why would countries purchase U.S. Treasury bonds if we had a debt that couldn't be repaid? Okay? So recognize the difference between real news and fake news, family. All right. So right now it's an inverted curve. That's the indication that the market and the economy is in flux, and right now it is a bubble. And be prepared to change your wealth situation, because I think if you're knowledgeable, if you stay in the garden, and because I'm gonna be coming, because I watch it all the time. So, like I said, we just had an 800-point drop in the Dow Jones. That was a lot. I mean, it's come back up a little bit, but it's not back where it was. Okay, so I'll make sure that I'm conscious of bringing that to your attention, family, and be ready to make this wealth change. Okay. Well, in the meantime, between time, family, may the Most High side of you bring you joy and the Disney Plus is going live, so I wouldn't buy any shares of anything right now because it's overvalued. Now, there are certain sectors that you can kind of get into, i.e. the cannabis market, that's not overvalued because it's an up and coming sector. But anything that's in the Dow, the NASDAQ, or the S&P 500 are right now on an overvalued status. But you can find some jewels in there. You know what I mean? But me personally, remember, everybody and all the market is people that own shares. So just ask yourself the question: if you feel that things are going on, are you going to keep those shares, or are you going to sell them if you need capital? People are basically going to be preparing themselves. And remember, it's not us that's going to be making these decisions to crash in the market. It's the corporations, really. See, the corporations own millions and millions of shares of these companies. The corporations are the ones that have access to algorithmic trading on a dime. We don't have that. And so when the market crashes, we're going to be the ones affected by it, but we're not going to be the ones that cause it, if that makes sense. You did? So all I basically tell you is make sure that your 401ks, your 403bs, your 457s, if you're contributing to any type of retirement or pension plan, find out what it is your money's going to and reallocate if you have to, okay? Because remember, it doesn't make sense to be like what happened in 2008, where people lost 40 to 50% of their 401ks. You did? Because me, myself, I'm 50, I'll be 51. I can't afford that because I'm not going to be working that much longer, if that makes sense. All right? So I have planned on George, you and guys in the garden. Being Willie about to get out of 5,000. And I'll be coming back live tomorrow, family. I got a couple of things I want to talk about. Oh, yeah, before I leave, quick comment. And I want you guys' opinion or your comment on it. I heard Joe Biden today. And he, of course, Joe Biden is the leading Democratic presidential candidate. He made a comment today, and he was very sincere when he spoke at a Black and Latino gathering. And what he was basically trying to impart on the Black and Latino community was that poor people, poor kids, are just as smart as white kids. Huh? I thought that was funny. KY, what's your percentage? What are you giving? They giving you 2%? $7:30 tomorrow, KY. Family, join me tomorrow at 7:30. What I'm gonna come back with tomorrow, family, when I go live, I'm gonna basically be doing more finance information when I go live, family. And I'm gonna be going live every night around 7:30. I'm gonna be coming with more information because I just feel that it's important because there are all the indications out there. I'm listening to Morgan Stanley analysts, a lot of people that I listen to, family. These guys are financiers. These guys are cats that have been in the market for many, many years, right? And so I want to come with more information like, ETFs, annuities, other different instruments, financial instruments that you can kind of do your research on, because I promise you, you're not going to ever gain financial wealth just working. It's not happening. You're going to have to invest, family. Let's see what we got here. Hey, how you doing, Deborah? Let's see, K, well, what you got there? 0.05. All right. So, family, 7:30. I'm gonna be going live every night at 7:30. School about to start back, but I coach and teach, so I'm gonna be coming back at 7:30 every night, and we're going to. I want to basically tomorrow night, family. I want to get into this banking system. I don't know how many guys understand why this fiat system and why I'm so comfortable and confident that a reset is going to happen. Because remember, this isn't something that just happened. Remember, this system is based off of fiscal and monetary policies. Monetary policies are dictated by Federal Reserve. Fiscal policies are dictated by the U.S. Treasury, but they work hand in hand. You dig? And when you know that and get this tidbit information, you can kind of put yourself in a better financial situation, because remember, just working is not good enough. Hey, every night, family, from here on out, 7:30. I got another camera here. I hope the camera's working okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. So tomorrow, family, we're gonna come back with the banking system, and I want to basically understand how, basically have my family in the garden understand the difference between why the system we have now has to go up and down, right? And why they don't want a system where the Federal Reserve or the U.S. Treasury can produce just enough money to satisfy the GDP. When you do that, guess what? You can't manipulate the market, right? So now that we know that we're in a system where the market is going to be manipulated, we just need to know when they're going to manipulate it and how can we benefit from it. Remember, you're not going to be financially healthy or wealthy just working. We have to get into this game of investments. And I'm talking real estate, I'm talking stocks, I'm talking bonds, I'm talking annuities, all right? And I'm talking whole life insurance. Okay, family, so if you haven't looked into whole life insurance, also look into that. And we're going to get to that as well. Okay? Okay, what was you talking about? Oh, no. Believe me, family. I know my people that's in the garden. You did? So believe me, I'm always going to get back with you. And family, also, too, I'm going to be leaving my information, my personal information for you guys. If you want to contact me, I'm going to leave my phone number. Matter of fact, if you leave me a comment, I will leave you my personal information so you can kind of get back with me, because I want to make sure that those that were with me from day one, I want to stay in touch with you. I'll be taking my Certified Financial Advisor exam, which is the Series 65 test, in a couple of weeks, family. So YouTube won't be tripping too much when I'm coming with this information. I'll be certified, so I won't have to hear nothing. You dig? That's the only reason why I said for entertainment purposes only, because I ain't got my paperwork together. But that's gonna get together pretty soon. That's Series 65, and I'll be taking that soon. Okay, so family, stay in the garden with me tomorrow at 7:30. All right. And in the meantime, between time, may the Most High Inside bring you joy. Who me? I'm out. TY, Ty's World, LB Teach Me, KY, The Pimp, Deborah. See y'all cats tomorrow. And now Ashley, I didn't forget about you. Okay. Matter of fact, the live on Monday, I'm gonna be talking about what we talked about the real estate. I'm gonna be coming with some information about the real estate. You thought I forgot, huh? I didn't forget. I didn't forget, Ashley. So I'll be coming with some more information about that, because I want to also ask and introduce other opportunities to invest in real estate without you having to actually purchase property. You did, where you actually can get that passive income that we talked about on a monthly basis, right? Based on just some investments, opposed to just having to deal with the property. All right. So I'm gonna come back with that one on Monday. Okay. DG, where you at, man? That's right, LB Teach Me. RET, yeah. Real Estate Investment Trust. All right. So, oh, I got you. Okay. We don't say you check me out. You checked me out earlier though. That's what's up though. No, hey D, I'm just telling them, man. I'm gonna be coming back every night at 7:30. All right. So make sure you stay with me tomorrow. Hold on, tomorrow Saturday. I'm coming back tomorrow too. Sunday, I will be out Sunday, but Saturday tomorrow, and then of course every day after that, family, we're gonna be putting this work in. Okay. 7:30 from here on out, Ashley. All right. So we're gonna be doing it at 7:30. Now we'll still be dropping my other videos, fam. So make sure you check out those other videos I dropped during the day. But in the evening, we come with this finance, and we come with this knowledge, and we come with this money making opportunity, because it's gonna happen. Okay. Hey, family, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post, and I'm gonna post my email address, phone number, and everything on the post. You know, I think I can go. I can do the post, whatnot. So I'm gonna check out the post, family, and I'm go ahead. I don't want to say it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on my post. And so you go to the post, guys. You go ahead and get my information. Okay. What up with state tech housing? Well, I'll tell you right now. That's something. It's a scam, family. The whole real estate thing is a scam. That's why we're gonna get into that. Hold up, fam. I was gonna get out of here, but let me turn this light on. I'm gonna stay a little while longer. Just a minute. Family, states purchase homes just like investors purchase homes. They have access to all the information. They know who's not paying property taxes, who is. That's why I never put don't put so much confidence in this. I own a home. You don't own it. It's just an asset because you pay taxes on it for the rest of your life. Look at it as an asset, right? If anything, I would buy a home to rent out than buy a home to live in. I mean, if you're gonna live in it, cool, but why not have other properties to access your money? Because that's what the state does. The state does it. The government does it. I mean, they bailed out Fannie Mae and Fannie Mae and Sally Mac back in the day when they took out those homes. 2008, they bailed out all the banks. Okay, so that's why I want to come with other opportunities to invest in real estate. Now, real estate investment trust, of course. There's also something called Fundrise. They also have duplexes and townhouses that are always on the auctioneer blocks. Okay, a townhouse or a duplex would be perfect to get for $10,000 to $15,000 that you can fix it up and get that monthly income. What your ultimate objective is to have passive income. Okay, to have something that you're gonna know that's coming to you every month. Can you see me now? My picture's still dark? Exactly. Home is what, home is where the heart is, man. You know what I mean? Home is where the heart is. Think about this. And I like to ask people all the time when they bought their home, because I bought homes. And it's like, I remember when I bought my first home, I'm like, when they told me that the home was worth this amount of money, I don't remember getting that amount of money when they told me I had that amount of money. All I was told that sign this promissory note, and when I signed the promissory note, I was promising them to pay them money that they haven't even gave me. You know what I mean? Because I'm still paying on it. Does that make sense, family? So the game is the game. You promised to pay a $150,000 home that you haven't even got the money. Does that make sense? It's all paper, family. So real estate is a beautiful thing. But I think when you put more emphasis on, the structure opposed to the home, then, you have a different perspective. Because remember, when you buy that $200,000 home, you're not getting $200,000, but you're paying $200,000 plus to be in that home for 15, 30 years. But you have to ask yourself, where is the $200,000 that they loaned you? They never gave it to you. I'm just saying. I'm still waiting on $150,000 that Wells Fargo said they gave me. I still owe them $40,000. You know what I'm saying? So the game is the game, family. Okay. So if you're thinking about buying a home, when you sit in the closing and you going in there with money, like the closing costs and all this other change that you got to take in that you stressed out about, and you tripping because it's like, I got to have all this money for closing and this and the third, but they just told me I got approved for $200,000. Why am I stressing? I shouldn't have to go to closing with nothing. Food for thought, family. And being willing is out of 5,000. If I can get out. I don't think I can get out. But that was a drop the mic moment right there, family. I think I'm still on, man. Now, when I want to stay on, they won't let me stay on. But then when I want to get off, I can't get out. But you know, that's the universe. No doubt. Family, 7:30 tomorrow. But you know what, KY? The game, that's the game. Stay in the garden. We're going to learn this game. I promise you. When I learned it, it tripped me out. But in order to learn the game, you have to don't care about the game. See, those that care so much about it will never learn it because they love it. You did? So, being willing is out of 5,000, family.